first started looking into it back then, it was like 10 grand just to do all the patent search and the copyright search and all that stuff. And it ended up, the one idea that I had, it was successful. And then I had another one, and it was successful too, that other people came up with after me. So I was like, doing it. I was that close to being a millionaire.
What were your ideas? Now that they've already been stolen, we can't steal them from you. What were these brilliant ideas you had?
Oh, so back in my mid-20s, I started drinking coffee, and I didn't have a coffee maker, so I just take some coffee and put it in a filter with a rubber band around it, and throw it in a pot of water. And I was like, man, that'd be a pretty good one for a bachelor kind of person, or apartment liver or something. So you'd come up with these little bags, like tea bags, basically, with coffee in them. And they're called, I think they call them Folgers, as single serves or something like that.
Yeah, like those little pods. I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw it. It's like a tea bag, and you throw it in a cup of water. And then the big one that I was really thinking of is flooding. Back east, they get a lot of flooding, right? And even around here. So one of the major things you have during a flooding situation is water. So another thing we got sitting around that's just filling up landfills and stuff like that are millions of tires. So you recycle the tires and you make them into these bladders that you could just roll out, fill up with water, and you could stack them up. And the water would actually be the barricade in these big rubber bladders. And then a few years later, sure as heck, start seeing that idea on TV. And I think about crap all the time, too. I'm in a snowcat, for multiple hours by myself, so I'm always thinking of stuff.
All right.
So,
how much? Yeah, so when you go to apply for a patent or something like that, at least at that time, how much money were you looking to have to invest just to protect your idea?
Oh, yeah, just for the patent search and the copyright stuff. Back then, it was about 10 grand.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I worked as a skier. I've always worked at a skier, and, we don't make that much money. So it's like, okay, well, I guess somebody else will come up with the idea. and they did.
But hey, at least they're not bad at. Usually when someone says, I have a great idea, and then they tell you, in your mind, you're like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Where were we? Were we at a bar when that guy, he was like,
oh, my God. Yeah, we were at a bar. And this guy, he's sitting by himself, and he's dressed fairly well, whatever. And we just start talking. And he's like, well, look, man, I'm just in town for a bit. I have to go to
Starbucks headquarters.
Eastern Washington or something. Yeah. So long story short.
No, he was from Eastern Washington. He was here because he had to re-up his thing with Starbucks.
I got to meet with the guys at Starbucks. Oh, what do you do for Starbucks? It's like, well, technically it's my brother-in-law's company, but my brother-in-law asked me for a loan because he had this idea. And I thought the idea was stupid, but my brother-in-law was followed through. We're like, well, what was his idea? And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out, when you get a hot drink from Starbucks, pretty much anywhere, they put that kind of green tab.
Yeah, so it doesn't spill. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his brother invented that.
Right.
Nice.
And Starbucks.
So he's like, you want one?
I mean, he's like, I cannot explain how much money we've made because Starbucks was like, yeah, well, Starbucks being Starbucks. It's like, sure, nationwide. So they give this guy this contract, and it is an insane amount of money, as he put it, because we're working with Starbucks. He's like, we're just here to re-up the contract. There's no real design flaw. You don't have to update it. It is what it is, but it is so cheap to produce. So he's like, I really didn't want to invest in this because when you just give the idea, he's like, it was
Sounds
stupid.
silly.
Like, what, you're going to stick a plastic thing in a hot cup so people don't spill hot cup. Okay.
But it can also work as a stir.
And it works as a stir, he pointed out. Right. The point is, a lot of money. He was very, very happy.
What were you so close to doing? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, so back in 2017, we bought a lot to build a house on. And we thought, okay, good to go. I did my due diligence. Everything lines up. It looks great. So we buy the lot. We move the barricade off to the side. We drive up to the lot. And immediately somebody from the HOA comes over and says, you can't drive up here. This is a shared easement access. This is the walking trail that accesses the neighborhood. And I said, no, it's my driveway. And they said, nope. And so they took me to court, And it took a year and a half to get an actual new easement drafted through 4 different parcels of land.
Jesus Christ.
So we were so close. And then right when we got the permit, or we were getting ready to do the permit, it was COVID. And the governor said no new permits issued. So we were so close to get the permit, no permit. So we had to wait till COVID was over. After COVID was over, we're like, okay, we got a permit, let's go. And then lumber prices spiked, building materials spiked. So we're so close to starting, and we're like, okay, I guess we can't start now. But then lumber prices came down, and then we started building the house, and then we got into the permit process. And I don't know if you guys have ever built houses before, but passing each of the different categories is such a pain in the ass. It's crazy.
How many different categories do they have? Because you're just trying to build a house, right? Nothing extravagant. You're just building a house, yes?
Yeah, exactly. But like the septic permit, we had the septic stuff installed. Everything's good to go. The health department goes to record it. They look at it and they say, well, the as-built doesn't really match the drafting plan. And I said, what's wrong? And they said, oh, it's 5 feet off. I'm like, come on. So we almost had that permit hold released. Didn't pass. Anyway, so every single permit was like that. The final guy comes in. He tries to inspect it. He's like, well, you're almost done, but you just failed this, and this. So it's so frustrating because every time we're so close, and every time it's like, well, nope, sorry, you failed, or something else came up.
So is it based on the design of the home?
Yeah, it's based on the design of the home. The septic permit is, but then everything from the easement rights to the.
Well, who designed the home? Did you buy it? Did you buy the design, or did you do it yourself?
We bought the design and we modified it. So but it was like the framing inspections. We had all the framing done, and the inspector came and he said, "Oh, you're so close to passing, but you missed like 3 hangers." And I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And every single thing was like that during the whole entire process.
How long are you done? Is the house built now?
Okay, so I just got my certificate of occupancy yesterday.
So you can actually move in now?
We actually can move in. My son slept there last night, and we're moving all of our crap.
Is it? Wow. What, based on the process you went through, including HOA, COVID, all the permits, all that crap, is it worth it? Like, now that you're looking at this house you can move into, is this house worth the trouble?
Okay, so my wife multiple times along the way said, let's just sell this freaking thing. And I said, you know what? If you tell me I can't do it, now I really want to do it. And so we pushed and pushed and pushed, and both of us cried the day we got our certificate of occupancy yesterday. So I'm going to say, hell yes, it was worth it.
Okay. How many times did you think you were going to get divorced from each other during this process?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
My wife's like, I don't think we're going to make it.
Yeah. I mean, even just buying a house, man, I don't know. Like, you're excited to buy a house, but it's like also, I will kill you in your sleep.
Do you still think you have to deal with a bunch of turds on the HOA?
So the good thing about our house is it's in the HOA. You go through the gate, up the hill, through the HOA, but the way the guy originally designed the lot is it's part of the valley. It's not part of the HOA. So I can paint my house purple. I can have a herd of cows up there.
You don't have to pay a monthly?
No, nothing.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
So
that's pretty cool.
We got the best of both worlds. So we're so close, but we finally made it yesterday.
Now watch, your car's going to break down on the way there today.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right.
Ted, how many things did you kick because of COVID?
Yeah, what, a trip to Ireland?
Oh, yeah. We were going to go to Ireland.
And this is your 40th birthday,
It was my 40th birthday,
Yeah.
right. So we were going to go to Ireland. It's funny, I'm looking at the weather in Dublin. We were going to go to Ireland for Notre Dame Navy, which now they kind of do every year.
But it's a lot
and it's different teams. But Notre Dame Navy was going to be good. And then my friend at the time was living in Lisbon. So I was going to go spend like a week.
That's right. Portugal, man.
Right. I thought there was even more.
Those were the 2 big ones.
Okay. And then all of that. So at least you're going back to Ireland. You're doing that
right,
this
so I'll
year.
be in Ireland this year.
Portugal's still, he's not living there anymore?
He has. I haven't talked to him in a few years, so it'll be a little different to just pop up at his house.
Hello.
And now he's got 2 kids under 5.
Oh, you don't want to.
Right. So
that's why I haven't heard from him.
Right. Exactly. So I could go visit him, but
it's not the same.
Yeah. And it's funny because we had those tickets in the queue for that football game, and then we were here at work, and the NBA canceled. And I remember I walked home, or walked to Capitol Hill, went to the barber shop to get my beard trimmed in, and I called my brother. My brother's like, let's hold off on getting these tickets even I'm a little worried. And I said, yeah, it seems odd they canceled the NBA season.
Yeah.
Seems odd.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Because it was still like, we didn't know.
you weren't quite sure.
And then I want to say it was like the next week that things really, really shut down. But at that point, we were just like, oh, I don't know. It'll be open by the summer.
That was everyone's thought, right?
What were you so close to doing? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, my brother.
Ah.
Okay, so this story starts when I was 17. I was classified a troubled youth. I was assigned a mentor, and his name was Bill Snyder. He gave me 2 jobs. One was working at the 5th Street Public Market in Eugene, Oregon, at the produce stand, and then I would go to his juice factory. It was Genesis Juice. So I worked there for a year, back and forth. I only had one class in high school, so I only went to school from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and then I was done my senior years because I was already graduated. I was 17. So I worked there for a year. I washed bottles, and then he offered me a position with the co-op. Instead of being paid, I would get whatever the money, however the company did.
All right.
I turned 18, and I decided to join the Navy. Apparently, a couple years later, he sold the company and is now a multimillionaire, and everybody that was in the co-op is a multimillionaire.
How much money do you think you would have gotten if you had taken the co-op option?
Oh, well, after 2 years, I probably wouldn't have broke for 2 years until he sold it, and I would be living in an island in the tropics, probably not even talking to you gentlemen.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, how was the Navy? That's kind of in the tropics, right?
Well, yeah, I did. The Navy's a different story. I can tell you a story about that, too, but that would take more time.
Okay. All right.
That's not the story I told Mike I would tell.
All right.
Fair
Enough.
enough. I'm glad you're playing by the rules.
That's all Mike has. That's all he has.
That's it, yeah.
God, man, you hear the story all the time, especially in Seattle with Microsoft, Google, all that. Well, someone told me I didn't invest 10 years. Warby Parker?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Yeah,
But
my
what was
buddy
his
started.
sales pitch? Because, again,
He was just like, hey, we're starting this company, right? Which and nowadays people are used to Warby Parker.
Sure.
But at the time, I didn't realize this. Like, right, there was one place in Italy that made every pair of glasses you had. They just put different.
When you buy the really expensive glasses, you're an idiot.
You're paying for the label.
Logo, man.
Right. So he decided to start this, but like I'm in my early 20s. Like he just said, if anybody wants to pitch in like $5,000, you can. And me and DB talked about it, but I was like, I did not have $5,000.
No. Who did?
Right?
And
And
who
thought
did
it
at that age?
But it's a weird sales pitch, too. Like, no, they're doing online glasses. Like, yeah, okay.
When your rent is $500, $600.
Oh,
which is probably what it
I
was.
remember it was $890 in the first apartment I had here.
$890.
Yeah.
$890.
So $5,000. I mean, that's a significant.
Massive.
That's everything.
You just don't have that lying around.
But if you knew that it was a good idea, right? Like, if somehow you could say, like, dude, this is going to blow up, you would go to someone to find the money. You know, say, listen, this thing, it's can't miss.
But you have to split the money with them.
That's okay, because there's still more money than you got now.
Right.
You know, even if you have to split that money, like, hey, man, we just made $10 million. Here's $5 million. Yeah, it hurts, but also I have $5 million.
And the guy that started it is a nice dude, right? Like, I like him, but I met him living in that house where they all went to Hopkins. Like,
yeah,
he had already come from
money,
generational wealth. Mm-hmm. So we thought about it, and we're like, he's not dumb, but like, this just seems like a weird idea.
Yeah.
Right. Now, obviously, it's massive. They have
brick and mortar.
They have brick and mortars everywhere. Yep. Like, I have talked to a guy once that was wearing one of their shirts, and he was kind of blowing me off. And I'm like, no. Like, I know this and that. And then I drop my buddy's name, and he just stops, and he's like, you know him? And I'm like, yeah, I lived with him for like almost 2 years. And he's like, holy cow.
Damn.
What were you so close to doing? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, VD. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
What up, dude?
How are we doing?
Doing great, and you?
Excellent.
Wonderful.
So I'll get right to my point. I'm 21 years old, dating a girl who was going to college at South Dakota State University. She and I dated in high school, going out there for her spring break. Her spring break is early March. If you know anything about the upper Midwest in early March, it's still a lot of snow.
Sure.
I drove out there, and managed to get there in spite of the fact that there was a blizzard that was shutting down the road as I was passing through gates. And the State Patrol said, well, you know what? You can give it a shot. Good luck. Got there. Everything's fine. She gets home from school. We're talking. She said, I guess I should let you know something. I'm like, what? Now, mind you, I brought a ring. I thought this was the one. You don't know at 21, clearly. I thought this was the one. We broke up. He said, well, you can still stay for the week. Like, no, I don't think that I can.
You drove through a blizzard to get dumped?
I drove through a blizzard to get dumped. But there is a positive side.
All right.
I left there the next day, drove out to the Black Hills, stayed for a couple days in the Black Hills.
It was nice having you stay with us.
Yes.
Right. You're very welcome. And you were extremely accommodating. I appreciate that.
Quite the host, yes. The Black Hills.
Drove down to the Badlands, stayed for a day in the Badlands, drove down into Wyoming, fell in love with Wyoming, left there, went down to the Grand Canyon for a couple of days, and stayed down there and hiked the Grand Canyon in March. A very interesting experience. And then went and saw some friends down in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and then picked up Route 66 and drove Route 66 back up into Chicago.
What was the best part about that drive?
Oh God, the Badlands and Grand Canyon.
Okay.
Honestly.
And what happened to the ring?
I sold it.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to throw that bitch into the canyon, man.
Yeah. How much did the ring cost? Do you remember?
No, that I think at the time that ring, this is 1999, 2000, something like that. It was a $2,500 ring.
Jesus, whatever happened to that girl?
Oh, she got married and got fat.
Wow, Jesus.
Yeah, a couple years later, I'm working in Chicago in radio, and I've got a voice message on my office phone, and it's her. I'm like, what is going on? And she proceeds to tell me over a few conversations, I love you so much. This is not working out. You were always so great. We were so great together. And I remember telling her, I'm like, listen, relationships are tough. If you don't tell him what your issues are, he'll never figure it out. And
you're fat.
Right. And you're fat. And I'm like, I appreciate this. This is a real boost to my ego, but I can't help you here. The only thing I can tell you is that be honest, be open, be upfront, communicate with him, and good luck.
And take a GLP-1.
And lose a few pounds. and BLT. Damn. What were you so close to doing? 206-803-ROCK.
Do you know why big for-profit?
Zing Fanlin, 69 years old.
Nice.
From the Hunan province, previously served as a village official before becoming a volunteer mediator who helped resolve disputes among villagers, ironically enough. The incident happened in April when a man in his 20s entered a village and went on a violent rampage, attacking passersby, kicking doors, according to local media. The attacker later